Let me ask you a question. You got 10 lakhs sitting in your bank account. What do you do with it? Most people do one of the three things. They leave it in saving account earning 3.5 while inflation quietly eats it alive. Or they hand it to someone because the neighbor said that person is good. Or this is scary one. They buy stock because they saw it trending on Twitter. None of these are investing. All of them are gambling with straight face. So today we are cracking open NISM Chapter 4 Workbook Fundamental of Research. This chapter answers why before how. In the next 30 minutes we cover what is investing really means according to greatest investor who ever lived. The two main school of analysis, fundamental and technical. The difference between top down and bottom of research. Behavior finance, the third dimension most textbooks skip. Benjamin Graham, the man Warren Buffett called the greatest investment thinker of the 20th century, gave us definition in his book The Intelligent Investor that has stood the test of time. An investment operation is one which, upon through analysis, promise safety of principal and an adequate return. Operation not meeting this requirement are speculative. Forward do all the heavy lifting. Throughout analysis, safety, adequate return. Throughout analysis, buying share is equal to buying part of a business. Demand the same research you do before starting a business yourself. Warren Buffett echoed this. Investment is most intelligent when it is the most business-like. Safety of principle, margin of safety. So, Graham first goal is not to get rich. It's not to lose money by below intrinsic value, like a bridge rated for 10 tons, but built for 20. The extra buffer is your protection. Third, adequate return, not maximum return, adequate return. A risk adjusted return that makes sense given the risk you take versus the other available option. 12% or near zero risk instrument is equal to excellent. 12% on a startup that may go to zero is a terrible investment. Segment 2, fundamental analysis. The investor X-ray machine. Alright, so Graham said, you do throughout analysis, cool, but how? What does actual analysis look like? That's where the fundamental analysis comes in. And I'm going to explain the entire thing in one sentence. Ready? The market can be wrong in short run, but in the long run, a short price always catch up to its true value. So, stock short term price is not is equal to value. In long term, price is equal to value. So that's it. That's the entire philosophy. Fundamental analyst believes that right now, today, some stocks are overpriced and some are underpriced. Your job, find the underpriced one, buy them, and wait. Now that's a group of academics who completely disagree with this. They believe in something called efficient market hypothesis, which basically says the market is always correct because it always reflects all the information available. So, fundamental analyst says, why please, markets are made of humans. Human panics, human get greedy, human are irrational, and that irrationality create gaps between price and value. Those gap, those are your opportunities. So, fundamental analysis versus effective market hypothesis. It's a great debate. Two types of data you need. First is qualitative, the numbers, revenue, profit, margin, depth, cash flow. return on equity, all from financial statement. This is what happened. And qualitative, the history behind numbers. Who running the company? Do they have a competitive moat? How strong is the brand? What's the regulator could hit them? Let's tell you why it happened and why happened next. NISM love this. Remember, fundamental analysis use both, not just number, not just story, but always both. So, quantitative means what happened, and qualitative means why and what next. Three-layer X-ray. Fundamental analysis work in three-layer. Think of it like zooming in Google Maps. Layer 1, economy, the widest view. What happened with GDP? Is inflation rising? Are interest rate going up or down? What about the global oil prices? This macro variable set the environment for every business in the country. Second layer, zoom in. Which sector has tailwind? Which ones are facing headwinds? Example, remember when spectrum auction uncertainty hit Indian telecoms? Analyst has to completely re-evaluate the entire sector overnight. Industry context matter. Third layer is company. Now you are street level with good industry in good economy. Which specific company is the best pick? Dig into financial, study the management, understand the moat, look at the growth strategy, run the valuation. So, economy, industry, company, it makes the whole picture. Top down versus bottom up. So, now let's take love to the test. Two approach, don't mix them. Top down. Start at the economy. They pick the best industry. They pick the best companies with those industry. You are going macro to micro. Big picture first. Bottom up. Start with the specific company. Then check if industry supports it. They see if the economy is tailwind or headwind. Some bottom up investors literally ignore the company entirely. They only care about the business. They are strong enough to win in any case. So, top down economy, industry, company. And for bottom down, it goes like this: company, economy, side by side. So, quick memory tip. So, top down, always start at the top, the economy, and bottom up, start at the bottom, the company. The name literally tells you the order.